back for more Buffy. This is episode 14 of season 1. I've gone back in time. Back for more Buffy. This is episode 14 of season 4, and I'm very excited to carry on as we carry on with the season and see what's going to happen now with that crazy ass ending. Walsh is like, "Oh, I'm the big bad," and then Adam's like, "No," and skewers her like a kebab. I'm the bad guy now, mummy. I mean, I assume he's the bad guy now. So yeah, I have been informed in the comments that the actress wanted out of her contract, so she was going to be a bigger role. My cat agreed. So that explains why that felt quite sudden. But I'm intrigued as to where this direction is going to go now. We have this Frankenstein monster kind of thing running about. And yeah, Riley kind of walked away from the initiative. So I'm looking forward to seeing where we're going with that. And yeah, there's a lot going on, but I'm very, very excited to see what's going to happen next. So let's get into it.
Gotta hand it to you, Goldilocks. You do have bleeding tragic taste in me.
So you were getting too close to something.
Clearly.
Yeah, this
What she'd be so desperate to hide.
weird monster guy with a green face. See, I just feel like he looks like a season 1 villain.
Yeah, let's take on those suckers.
I was thinking more that we'd hide.
Oh, thank God.
Me.
I think perhaps...
We could go to my place. The initiative guys know how close
Okay.
we are. They'll automatic. Maggie tried to kill me. It didn't work, but they're all upset anyway.
Okay, I need you to go over everything. Not jumped any.
Whoopsie.
What?
That's Hostile 17.
Oh, no. I'm just a friend of Xander's. Bugger it, I'm your guy. By the by, if you're trying to kill her...
There must be something making her act this way. Something, I don't know, controlling her.
We think...
The hole in their chest?
What about 314? Maybe that's it.
Yes,
Maybe
you've
she was
seen
trying
it.
to test you. What if it was only...
Riley!
And why
Open
did
your
I
eyes.
tell I was
You
dead?
walked away from her.
Riley,
What's that for?
Oh boy. Did he just skewer a little boy? Oh! Falls onto a spike. Yay, you found her! Aww. This is adorable.
Well, look who's cranky bear in the morning.
Yes, I can't imagine why I didn't sleep well in my beach ball.
every time you move, it made squeaking.
Giles is so mean.
The boy was stabbed with what looks like some kind of large skewer. And his body
He
was
did kill a little boy.
Police have not named
Adam!
and the
You guys research the Fulgara demon. I want to know where it is.
Oh.
When I find it, I'm going to make him pay for taking that kid's life. I'll make him die in ways he can't even imagine.
Ooh.
That probably would have sounded more commanding if I wasn't wearing my yummy
It did sound very initiative speechy.
Where you been all night?
Oh, hey, Forrest.
Well, congratulations. I wouldn't put it past Buffy to get on Professor Walsh's bad side. She tends to put her nose where it doesn't belong. What?
So do you, Forrest.
Professor Walsh is dead.
Surprise.
She's been staked, wouldn't you say, brother?
What?
Only one person I can think of who could do something like that.
There's nothing you can do here.
Shame that. I was hoping they'd save her.
All for blood.
Oh, man. Oh, he didn't make a snarky comment. That's a first. I see subtlety's gone out the window.
Animals.
Well, that was unnecessary, smashing the TV.
What happened?
That's classified.
Classified. The Polgara. It got her and escaped, didn't it? I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it.
It wasn't classified for very long, Riley.
And then you can stop asking me how happy all this death makes me.
Ooh. On the plus side, class is going to be cancelled for ages. You got loads of free time.
I had so much fun the other night. Those spells. Yeah, that was nice. I hope you don't think that I just come over for the spells. I've been thinking about that last spell we did all day. You have? Well, this one should be really fun too. We conjure the goddess Thespian.
These demons just go crazy for chicken fingers.
Same.
Look, if they see me dealing with you, then I'm just the same old Willie, working both sides of the street.
I'm gonna have to punch you, aren't I?
Just once, and it don't have to hurt. Just make it look good.
Yeah.
But now I see you're not hunting demons, you're socializing with them. Again.
Come on, Riley.
Killing these things, not
You don't
finding
even
treasure.
understand the Slayer life.
You're shaking.
He just harbors demons, which makes him a good guy like you.
It's very sweaty as well. Oh! Fucking hell.
Hold it! You! No leaving till
Okay, something's wrong with him.
Hey, we got new
He
rules
is
here.
unhinged. Ooh. There we go.
Oh, what's happening to me?
I don't know.
I thought I knew. But I don't. I don't know anything. Shh.
You're sick.
Oh, because you don't ask questions.
Lie down for me.
You were happy to do it in the last episode.
You'll be okay.
Oh god, it's kind of been reduced to like a baby.
Xander, you and I are going undercover.
Hey, remember before? No Xander. Not in a boyfriend way or a lead him to a certain death way.
He's the only one with military experience.
It's not like he was in the NAM. He was G.I. Joe for one night.
It's okay, Anya. I've backed up Buffy before.
Can't you do something else to help them, like Xerox handouts or something?
I'll be careful. Promise.
Oh. I like how they still keep going back to this like military thing with him.
Trying to get into the next.
To the world of the underbeing. With your knowledge, may we go in safety. With your grace, may we speak of your benevolence. Or not?
Why did she hide it?
Seems pretty quiet.
I'm the only one that can pass the retinal scan.
They're... Ew! I don't want to see that.
Retinal.
I totally get it now. Can I have sex with Riley too?
Oh. And you would probably rip your balls off.
Wait, pretend to get with me.
What are you talking about?
Well, you know, in the movies, the guy and the girl have to hide.
Oh! Hello.
I'm not sick.
I'm not a doctor,
Initiative?
but you're sick.
Riley, listen.
Staying away from the stairs?
No, you're gonna get Buffy killed.
Alright. You listen here, Sonny.
You've crossed the line.
The longer they go without their meds.
Everyone's off their schedules because of the professor's death.
It's dangerous.
I don't want to think about the damage our guys could do under the stress of withdrawal, especially since they won't understand what's happening to them. These guys don't know they've been getting meds through their food, so we better get them in here stat.
They've
Oh.
located all but a few.
Yeah, what's that?
Oh.
Keep me posted. I'll be
What
in
on
readiness.
earth?
Engelman said Walsh was feeding you drugs.
You're doing this to me, aren't you? This all started because of you.
Look, if you will just
I know this
listen
isn't
to
his
me,
fault,
am
but I wanna
trying
punch
to
him in
help
the
you get
face.
to the truth.
You want truth? Then tell me. What did you do to her, Buffy?
Stop it. I didn't do anything. Riley, stop.
You just heard him say that she
Everything's
wanted her
being
dead.
told here. We just need to find out what was in 314.
Oh.
Me?
Hello there.
She pieced you together from parts of other demons.
And man. And machine. Which tells me what I am, but not who I am.
Whoa, deep.
Mother wrote things down. She fed you chemicals to make you stronger. mind and body. She said that you and I were her favorite children. Her art.
Children. I said she was like his mum.
Cannot be programmed. Oh man.
It's here. The plan she had for us. What happens?
Where's he pulling them out from? His arsehole? Oh, no.
Doctor?
Oh, skewer number 3. Come on down.
Hey, it looks sort of half man.
Right, and you just happen to be in the neighborhood.
Oh, fuck off, Forrest.
I'm going with him.
It's a military hospital.
No.
Back off.
You back off.
No one around here understand.
Buffy.
Oh, you holier-than-thou fuckers.
You've been making war on the demon world.
War?
With the Slayer. You kill other demons.
Oh.
The rest of us don't hold with that.
I never should have let them take Riley. I need to be with him.
I like this bit of music.
It's okay. There's nothing to hold on to.
Nice. Oh, he has that to hold on to. I really enjoyed that episode, actually. I think I find Adam so ludicrous that I love him. I feel like Adam is a season 1 villain put together with the experience of writing 4 seasons of Buffy, if that makes sense. It's like he could have been the villain in an episode in season 1 if we kind of started with like the writing of like the end of season 2 onwards, if that makes sense. And I don't know, they're just, I think that the kind of mishmash of all these demons and stuff, kind of an interesting concept, but you have kind of seen it be done. But I don't know, there's just something about the madness of it that I actually find really enjoyable. And I did like how they kind of explore some interesting stuff with him. With the fact that he's like, oh, I know what I am, but I don't know who I am. I thought that was a very interesting kind of idea to kind of toy with, because this whole theme, I think, this season, or at least one of them, is finding your place. Especially about the Scoobies, when everything kind of got rejigged when Buffy started college and everything, and Giles doesn't really know where he fits in, Xander doesn't really have a job he can hold down, doesn't know where he fits in with that. Spike's definitely not fitting in now because he's even been kicked out of like the demon places. Riley doesn't really know where he's fitting in now. He's kind of in between these two worlds because he doesn't really know what to think. And now we have Adam kind of continuing that theme, so I find that actually quite interesting. And I also found it interesting how when they were talking about that and talking what Adam was like made of, they're kind of reducing him down to these parts, and he doesn't know exactly who he is, but he knows what he is. I kind of saw some interesting parallels to Riley there, I felt, because this episode kind of saw him be, I was going to say stripped down, but he was stripped down in the last episode, thanks Buffy. Kind of stripped down to his core elements and his parts. This sounds so weird. In the fact he'd kind of been reduced to not having his mentor, that's been taken away. He wasn't on his meds, so that's kind of making him a bit... so we kind of really saw him kind of be reduced down. Especially when he was just lying there injured at the end, at the end, you know. So he kind of been reduced down in the way Adam had. So I found that kind of, the way both of those characters were kind of reduced in this episode, I thought was an interesting kind of thing. And it's kind of messed up, like with Riley. Because, you know, he wasn't really himself. Walsh's death didn't really help, I imagine. But I did talk about the kind of mother and son bond I kind of saw with them in the last episode. And even in the files that Adam was talking about in this episode, he said, you know, he and Adam were her two favourite children. So I like that they're kind of continuing that thing. And yeah, he wasn't really in control because he'd been taking off the meds and stuff, so that kind of manipulation going on is very interesting. Because he's never really asked questions, so he doesn't really know what's being done to him, and there's the whole kind of issue of like consent, with like them sneaking stuff in his food. So yeah, that was interesting, him kind of losing himself quite a bit, and not really having a proper identity, I don't feel like. Because even when he thought he knew who he was, that was kind of built on a lie for the most part, the initiative. So it would be interesting in finding out exactly who Riley is after this, and who Riley truly is now. So that's kind of interesting, and I am kind of excited to see that character journey with him, and what's going to happen with him next. I mean, he should not have shoved Willow, that was not okay. But again, he was very on edge, and, you know, he didn't really even realise that he was addicted to these like medication and these drugs and stuff. So he's kind of having withdrawals from that. So yeah, addiction's just as much of a disease as many other things. It must be even harder when you didn't even know you were addicted to something. So I kind of feel for him in many, many ways, because he wasn't really in control there. And he's kind of lost all meaning to his life, and he's lost all sight of what he thought he knew. He was so sure of himself and his position and where he stood, and that he was doing the right thing. Suddenly, every single thing in his life, he's doubting. He even doubted Buffy once or twice in this episode. So imagine being in that position where you just doubt literally everything about your life. Like, can you imagine how lonely and isolated you must feel in that position? So I do kind of feel for him there. And I'm excited to see where his character could go with that. But I did like his interactions with Buffy and the whole, you know, all the Scoobies kind of suspecting him at the start, and them kind of working out what was going on together. And regardless of that, Riley, well, they still kind of looked after Riley, even if they were kind of suspicious of him. And when Riley nearly shot that demon woman, I think the goodness in him, I think, did come through, and he didn't go through with it. So I think that shows some kind of light at the end of the tunnel, potentially. And he really did not like being compared to Adam, so maybe he will really kind of fight against that in the future, I'm not sure. But I'm excited to see where Riley's character will go with that. And yeah, I liked the interactions between him and Buffy and the Scoobies and everything. Riley being so kind of blind to what Maggie was doing, and so adamant that she was doing nothing wrong, that he was like blaming everyone else, and that journey to realising he was wrong. And again, like Xander's military knowledge coming back from Halloween, because I fucking love that episode, so I'm always happy when they mention it. So that was cool, they kind of came back into that. And yeah, just the moments of humour in between all that Scoobies and stuff. Giles had some really sassy lines as always, which I really enjoyed. So that was really cool. Forrest, he sucks. I hate Forrest. Yeah, I don't know. I was talking to After Show Reactions yesterday, mainly about Adam and the nickname she has for him, which makes a lot of sense now I've seen this. And we were talking about Forrest as well. And I did think in the last episode Forrest was kind of overly jealous of Riley, and always seemed to like want to say a bad thing about Buffy. And she kind of has this headcanon that Forrest kind of is in love with Riley, and honestly I could see that, and I was kind of thinking that myself, so I'm glad it wasn't just me who voiced that opinion. But still, he needs to go. He's so annoying. Like, oh, alright. And yeah, I can see they fully commit to like this whole initiative is bad kind of thing now. Because they just cast Buffy out. Like, she got recruited in the last one. Stop being mean. So screw the initiative. Maybe the season will end with the college getting blown up, like most seasons end. And the initiative will be buried forever, who knows. But yeah, Forrest sucks. And And then yeah, everything with Spike I thought was kind of cool. He keeps being kind of outcasted even from his home in this episode when he finally found a new place. And from that bar and all the, you know, I like how there's kind of this idea of like this demon community that are aware that he's been like beating up demons and stuff and working with Buffy, so they kind of cast him out. I think that's really cool that they've isolated him in that way, and that's going to draw him more and more towards the Scoobies, I think, because they're the only friends he could possibly have right now. So I really like that kind of direction for his character, and I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with that. It's cool seeing Willie again. That kind of continuity was interesting, and I actually like that he was like, "Oh, you're going to have to punch me," and he was like going along with that suggestion because it made it seem like he really did want to help Buffy out and tell her the information. It's also just because that's who he really is, but I like that he was willing to help out anyway. So that was cool. And then this whole thing with Willow and Tara. Why did she hide the dust things? Like, I bet she's forgotten about that. And she's going to go and tidy a room or something. Or she's going to like, oh, I left something under the bed, I better do that. And then she'll get like weird spell dust all over her and she'll be like, what the fuck? And I'm like, well, you should have hacked Willow's spell. Not sure why she sabotaged a spell. My first thought was that maybe she'd do it so they'd have to keep trying and Willow would stay for longer. She could spend more time with Willow. But then I was like, I'm not really sure that makes sense because there's always just going to be more spells that they can try. So I don't really know why she did that, but I'm intrigued by it. And yeah, we shall see where they go with that. But yeah, I think that's basically everything I had to say about this episode. I think it was kind of quite a concise, straightforward story. I don't think there were really any like subplots going on per se, apart from maybe the one with Spike. So I feel like I didn't really have too much to talk about in terms of like complexities. But I really, really liked this episode. I thought it was really cool. Continuing to advance the plot, we got a lot of answers and stuff. I feel bad for that little kid though. Poor bastard. But yeah, we've got some cool answers and some cool character development. I'm actually surprisingly intrigued by Adam. I'm looking forward to seeing where they take that. So yeah, that should be interesting to see what happens there. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to see where we're going to go with this. But I will be waiting a little bit, because I believe the next reaction will be to Angel, episode 14. So yeah, that's going to be coming up very soon. And until my next reaction, thanks for watching.